Lady Charmaine, and my guest today is a member of one of the most prominent hip-hop acts on the East Coast. They made hip-hop music their business, which was the theme of every project with #1 albums to their name. He has been in the rap game for over 27 years and counting, and he's here today to talk about their TV One Unsung episode airing tonight on TV One. Help me welcome Parrish Smith, better known as PMD of the rap group EPMD. Hey, Parrish, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. How's it going?
Oh, really good. Because, of course, I'm a kid from the 70s. So, of course, I was a fan of EPMD back in the day. And it's just really good to know that your story is going to be airing tonight. So I have a question for you. What was it like to get that telephone call when TV One said they wanted to do a story on EPMD? What was your reaction?
I was kind of real excited because things was already starting to fall in place. Because last year the Hit Squad did the Hit Squad reunion. So we was on our third or fourth show when DJ Scratch gave us a call and was like, hey, I think it's possible we could do Unsung. So I was like, really? So everybody started doing their homework, seeing if we could be in town to actually doing the show, do the actual taping. And then before you know it, we was in Manhattan recording, Long Island recording, and it was a great experience.
Now, when EPMD was formed, did you really think that you would be a part of rap history as legends? Because when you think of EPMD and Run DMC, and that especially when rap was truly blowing up, did you really think that your name would go down in history and be synonymous at this time in 2013?
Well, you never know, but I'll be perfectly honest with you. Our hearts was always in it from the beginning. But we was around hip-hop with Bambaataa and Zulu Nation when Planet Rock came out.
Mm-hmm.
So, we was always listening to WBLS, Mr. Magic, Red Alert. So, being from Long Island, you always had to work that much harder because the good talent was coming from Brooklyn, Manhattan, and Queens. So I guess because Eric and I put that extra effort in, we rock him 3 times over. So it just worked out for us.
Now, the acronym EPMD, take me back to that day when you and Eric were sitting down thinking of a name for the group. How did you come up with EPMD?
Because the excitement, back there you had Grandmaster Flash, you had Run DMC, then Big Daddy Kane, Slick Rick, and then once Rakim was in Long Island, and then Public Enemy was in Long Island, then we was like, hey, you know what? I think we got a good shot here, and we just wanted to use our name. So, everybody wants to get in the business to get recognized. So, and you get in the business to make money, so Eric and Parrish making dollars.
And speaking of business, like you said, everybody wanted to get into the business. Business was the theme of your albums. Was it a conscious decision to do that, or just when you were just making up, album names, business just kept coming up? Because I see you mentioned in the business of making dollars. Tell us, how did the theme even come up for all of your albums?
Wow, these are super questions. No, it was a conscious. Every album title that had business was a conscious thought, for the simple fact that, my dad, he put all this money into the education, into football, 13 years, and then I came home and was like, don't want to rap that, So with that being said, once he gave me the green light to put the football down and kind of give up the college, then I knew it was strictly business and I had to come home with results. But then once we got the first album off, people put it up on you, and most artists catch the sophomore jinx, is called. But we came with Unfinished Business. So then it was like, oh, can you do it again? Business as usual. So we responded to the people who didn't think we could actually keep having that type of success every time we dropped an album, but it was always about business.
Okay. Now, take us, how did the group get started? How did you and Eric meet, become friends, and decide to become a group?
Well, first I was down with my brother Smitty D in the Rock Squad, who was signed to Tommy Boy Record. I was DJ Easy P. Then when I got older, Just Ice came out with the song Latoya on Sleeping Bag Records. So when me and my brother would be practicing the DJ, Eric would come to the session sometime. And because I couldn't get too much talk in my brother's session, we formed our own group. And then from there, because we went to the same school, we was at the same bus stop, Eric used to come to the bus stop. He was new in the neighborhood. And he always used to kick these rhymes and these stories that, would catch your attention. So from there, we hit the studio. It's my thing, you're a customer. Rest is history.
Now, for you, being in the rap game for so long and looking at where rap is today, how has rap changed since the inception from when you became a rapper till now? What do you think about the progression of rap today?
I think rap has made super progression, and I think it's on the artists and producers and all the businessmen how far they want to go and what they believe. Because in the beginning, we came in on Sleeping Bag Records, was independent, Def Jam, which was independent. So, you know, to do a full circle and still be in the game 2013 with your own label, putting out music independent, that's kind of the route. You know, it's kind of like graduating. You go from grade 1 to 12. So you're not supposed to be in 12th grade, like, for 5 years. So, you know, if you learned something and you was paying attention, because we was taught by the blacks, like Russell Simmons, Leo Cohen, Sylvia Rome, Steve Rifkin. So as we started to put on DOS effects, Redman, K Solo, Keith Merry, we began to start to study the business. And you're supposed to go from an artist to actually running your label, and that's the difference. That's why we're still relevant, because we're independent and can put our own music out.
Now, you mentioned some great names. You just mentioned Sylvia Rhone, and of course, you mentioned Russell Simmons. If anyone know anything about Russell, we all know he's a businessman. What was one of the best tips that you learned from working with Russell Simmons? Even if you have two, because I'm sure you learned so much. Can you share with us some of the best tips and advice he's given you in this business?
Yes. Just like, you know, just one, his calmness in his voice. You never really seen Russell too hyped, you know. And just the relentlessness from the first time he started Def Jam. Everybody in the hood, everybody in the neighborhood would know in their mind, if you got on Def Jam Records, you would feel like you officially made it. So, you know, one thing he stressed is stay on your business, always be paying attention, you know.
One thing...
And to pour it over.
I was going to say, one thing I noticed about EPMD, you guys had some controversial breakups, but through the breakups, you actually managed to come back together. Tell me, what was the staying power, and how did you overcome those controversial breakups to still remain a group?
Well, the main power, definitely God gives you the ability. Without the Lord, then, you know, the talent and stuff is not there. So regardless, if you're not a selfish person and you can sit back and think with a calm mind, you know, your contributions to hip-hop as a leader. It's Run DMC first, then it's EPMD. You know, so Eric and I, regardless of what we was going through as individuals, we still had a responsibility, because we basically asked God for the effort and let, you know, we can't lead all of these artists and people in hip-hop and just disappear like that. So in '92, when the group broke up, Eazy-E passed away, Tupac passed away, Biggie passed away, Jam Master Jay passed away. So, you know, hip-hop being a small community, Eric and I felt it was out, you know, it was our job to do what we've been put in hip-hop to do, and that's to lead.
Wow. And so you looked beyond your personal issues, and you said, you know, we have something bigger than that. That is fantastic. Can you kind of share with us what you all are working on right now?
Well, right now I got my label, Boondocks Records, with RBC. I got a solo album called Handle Your Business coming out May 5th, and Boondocks album coming out April 9th. And then basically we've just been doing a lot of shows on the ground in different countries in the U.S. and stuff like that. So we just really just like building the business.
Now, people wanted to find out more about you. Do you have a website? Are you on Twitter so they can tweet you?
Oh, yeah. I'm on Twitter, PMD of EPMD, and then I'm on Facebook, Facebook/PMD Hit Squad, you know. And if you want to go to my website, it's parrishsmith.com, PARISHSMITH.com.
Awesome. Just real easy. And I just want to remind everyone to make sure you tune in to TV1 Unsung tonight, 9/8 Central, the story of EPMD. So if you want to know what happened, all juicy stuff, they're going to tell it all tonight. So we didn't want to get into everything, but you'll be able to watch it tonight on TV1. Parrish, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. It was a pleasure having you. Look forward to hearing more from you all.
Okay, listen, thanks a lot. And I've seen some of the coming attractions, and it looks pretty exciting, you know.
Oh, I love TV1, so I'm a fan. So whatever comes on TV1, especially Unsung and Life After, those are my two favorite shows. So I know it's going to be great. My DVR is already set, so we'll be watching it tonight.
No doubt. EPMD Unsung tonight. Make sure you check it out on Unsung TV1.
Thank you, Parrish.